You know, we started a journey many, many years ago in the Empire State Building, where I was sitting 22 years ago this morning on 9/11.
You were there.
We were in the Empire State Building, got evacuated.
You know, I talk about that because you've been such a leader and you're such a mentor and you blaze the path and you're just a nice person on the radio and conservative radio. But you're right, and as you chatted on the air last night, I had an event and then I went to Ground Zero and we're
by yourself.
By myself. It's a block away.
Right.
We're roughly a couple blocks where we are, and it was raining, and I took the umbrella and I parked probably where I shouldn't have parked, and I walked where I shouldn't have walked, and I went in to the memorial, which was closed. You can't describe it. You could feel it. You could taste it. You can embrace it. The texture of it. The loss of those lives. You could feel it, Mike, and I think around the rest of the country, they may know it in Shanksville, they may know it in the Pentagon, but it's hard to describe that we can't forget about it. So when you came in, you said, Joe, come in and share that with us. It's a day that is so daunting. It makes me angry, and I don't get angry. It makes me so angry that it happened, but you can't ever forget it. You have to embrace it. So, and I love your patriotism in that regard.
Well, you're a guy who has carried this in your heart for 22 years and beyond. The police love you. Of course, members of the military love you. You are so special to the New York community and beyond. And I want to ask you a very tough question. Here in New York, we feel it, and you hear the sirens, and you see all the police in their finest dress uniform, and they're paying homage to those who died. Outside of New York, outside of Shanksville, outside of D.C., are we forgetting, Joe? Are we forgetting what that day means to the United States?
The media is. The legacy media that you warn us about every day, Mike Gallagher, is forgetting it and disregarding it. Not only forgetting it, and it seems to be a concerted effort. You don't put the guy that calls himself president in Alaska on September 11th.
Thank you.
You don't put the guy in Alaska where he won't even open up, he won't drill for oil there. What was that? That's a concerted effort, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, it's a concerted effort to disrespect this day.
I truly believe it's intentional. I think it's all intentional, Joe. We've talked about it for years. These prosecutors like Alvin Bragg who refuse to prosecute bad guys, but that's not an accident, Joe.
That's right.
And Joe Biden, the great Andrea Pizer, God bless her. She's not writing as much as she used to. I think she's had some health challenges from the New York Post, but Andrea, she came back to write a piece, 22 yeyears of never forget, and Joe Biden is spending 9/11 in Alaska.
Can't believe
in one of the most remote parts of the Alaska. You can't be bothered to go to Shanksville. Can't even drive down the street to go to the Pentagon.
Kamala Harris is down the road here. Kamala Harris is there as they're reading the names of these brilliant warriors. These poor people, generations were lost. We want Kamala Harris here. Kamala Harris' husband is in the Pentagon. The guy who kissed Jill Biden on the lips. What kind of country is this? But to answer your question, the people of this great country. And it's so important to note, and you know it because when you're performing, and you are brilliant on stage, Mike Gallagher, I'll tell you right now.
I think we're going to, because of you, we're going to dust off, sit down, you're rocking the boat tomorrow night.
By popular demand, my friend.
No, that was Cecil B. Piscopo pulled that one off.
I saw it. I saw Mike performing in Dallas or South Carolina, wherever you were.
Hey, I might do it again.
You nailed it. You got to nail it.
Maybe next year.
You are the guy.
Maybe
you are
next
the guy.
year.
And we're going to do it on stage. But as you go to South Carolina, as you go to Dallas, Texas, as we talk to Nashville on the air, if we go down to Florida, wherever I go, if I'm in Seattle, crazy Seattle, the people of this country are good people. It's we the people. We are the strength of it. That's what today is about.